Hello, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Israel and Eurovision, voting, everything. So yeah, um, so what I want to talk about is Israel at the moment, and why I'm on Israel's side. I'm on Israel's side because of the history of Israel. Israel has been Israel since Abraham, and then his children, and then Jacob and sons. Um, and the clue is in the title as well in the Bible, the Israelites. It's got the word Israel in it. Israelites, Israelite. That's what the people call Israelis, Israelites. The same thing. Right. That's number one. Number two is October the 7th. You have a peace agreement with Hamas, and they put the weapons. Israel puts the weapons down. A couple of days later, Hamas goes through the border, finds a gap in the border, and then they go to the south of Israel, where there is a concert, and that concert was a peaceful concert and actually a pro-Palestine concert, where there were Arabs, Jews, everybody, gays, trans, there were everybody there. There were also Ukrainian refugees there, and people from all over the world was there, people who came to this for a proper I think they were campaigning for a proper two-state solution. That a lot of people don't agree that Palestine should be split up as it is. So you got the West Bank and then you got the Gaza Strip. The vast majority of Palestinian and Arabs actually do live in Gaza. If people did their own research on Israel and the history behind Israel, I think people would be more supportive towards Israel. But the silent majority at Eurovision do understand that, and they do understand the history, and that's why Israel in the past 2 years have done well, because at the moment Israel is the world's biggest victim at the moment, apart from Ukraine. But Ukraine support has now slowly dying down because of other reasons, like the cost of living, and people are going, well, why do we keep sending money to Ukraine, blah 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 blah. And that's a different video. I support Ukraine. I support Ukraine. I always have supported Ukraine before February 2022. I supported Ukraine for a lot time ago, and so yeah. But today's video is not about Ukraine. It's about it is a bit, because people are going, oh, Russia are banned from the Eurovision Song Contest because the war, but Russia invaded Ukraine. Russia not just done that, but the Russian TV spreading the Russian broadcaster is spreading the same, spreading fake news in one way. Russian propaganda, yeah, and they're funded by they're not a private company like a lot of countries in Europe where they have advertisement. For example, in the UK, or in America, a lot of your television programs are sponsored. Different brands and stuff have advertisement. In the UK, we have, for example, ITV1 and other channels, Channel 4, Channel 5, blah blah blah. The list goes on and on. Sky, yeah, all the Sky, different channels, all the Virgin, whatever, whatever. And the BBC is funded by taxpayers' money and plus the TV's license. So yeah, so that's a big difference. So yeah, that. Oh. So that's a bigger difference between Russia and the UK. I supported Israel because of October the 7th, and but because of that, and I did have the support Israel in my bio and stuff like that until and if they just sent rockets from Israel and did it that way, then I think people would be more supportive towards Israel. And I'm going to give the counter argument. And a lot of people don't support Israel is because Israel went into Gaza and starting blowing things up and sadly killing people, killing civilians. And do I support that? No, I don't support that because you're just as bad as they are, the Hamas. You have the Iron Dome protects Israel from missiles, and if Israel didn't have the Iron Dome, then we would have had similar pictures to what we see in Gaza. And people might be thinking, why do I continue to support in Israel in Eurovision? I support Israel because of the death threats the singers get, the abuse, the abuse the singers get. The singers don't represent the government of Israel. And you can probably say, well, the singers in Russia don't represent, but they do. The singers, they were, in 2015, the singer from Russia was a massive supporter. When 6 months later, Putin had a rally, and she was there, she was singing at the rally, and she was kissing him, on the cheeks, and she was holding his hand up like a champion. Are you telling me that she, you know, and unlike Israel, apart from Netta, Netta said, "Oh, I believe in Benjamin Netanyahu and all this lot," and she said, "I think he's a really good president and all this lot." So I'm like, okay, maybe that is political, but again, Russia have been proven that they have had connections to Putin, and then they're sending songs where people will struggle to hate Russia. So, for example, I think in 2016 they sent in a woman. They sent in a woman who was in a wheelchair, and yeah, it was in a wheelchair and was disabled. And people in the Eurovision community, especially people from Wee blogs, were going like, disabled people should have a chance, blah blah blah. But on the same year, Finland, um, Finland had a, Finland had a Down syndrome group with the shortest song in the competition. And it's not like we are against people with disability. I got disability as well. So people are saying, trying to compare. But I'm comparing Israel to Ukraine. Israel is getting attacked and abused, and they're getting attacked from Iran, they're getting attacked from Syria, they're getting attacked from Lebanon, they're getting attacked by Gaza, by Hamas. They are getting attacked left, right, and centre. And then you got people in the Eurovision community giving the singer death threats, threatening, and refusing to show. They're more YouTubers who I love all the time. People from, like, for example, Eurobrox and other YouTubers who I watched over the years for the past 5-10 years, and it's been saddened. I've been really sad, frustrated that people can't put their political views to one side, and Eurovision should be about music. It should not be about politics. We want, I thought that, why should we keep proving that Eurovision is political? I don't want Eurovision to be political. I want Eurovision to be about the music and the love and everything. But people like Eurofox and Harry and other YouTubers, and it saddens me. And then this year, the YouTubers who did put a review of this year's Israel artist, I did not see one hate comment. I didn't see any. It was like, love from Israel, blah blah blah. Because people can choose not to watch the video, and just put it out there. Like, just put your political view. There's a guy who I watched called Sean, World Vision Sean, and I can tell that he's pro Palestine, and that's fine. But he's not going to allow a certain group of people, you know, dictate what he puts on his channel. And he's put his political views to one side and he's judging the song how it should be. And that's what a professional person would, a professional YouTuber, a professional media person would do. They will cover the song, they'll put it on the channel, because at the end of the day, people don't singers do not represent the country. Like Israel, over the years, we've had 1 year we had a really a gay person who represented Israel, and it didn't do well, but that show, and I think Israel is the fifth or the third or whatever. It's in the top five of the most pro LGBTQ whatever plus community. It's one of the most friendliest countries, and it's one of the most diverse countries. In the Israeli army, 20% is Arab, and Arabs in Israel, you've got the national service, but the national service is for people who are Jewish. But if you're Arab or you're Muslim or Christian or you're Orthodox, you don't have to do the national service, and you don't need to be part of the Israeli army. There are supreme judges who are Arab. There are people in the primary government who are Arab. And people say, no, this is a pro-Jewish government. If that's the case, then why are there Arabs? And actually, the number of Arabs living in Israel is actually growing. It's growing. It's gone up so much from the 2011 status to the 2021 status. Everyone's got to do it every 10 years. You got to put in your beliefs, your where you're from and stuff, the age, and everyone in the world has to do it, no matter what. If you got children, blah blah blah, but and from that from that is that it's proof that Israel isn't really a bad country, and the people in Israel are not evil. They're not evil people. And there are political party who are part of the government, and they want a Jewish state, and I'm against that. And a lot of people from Israel are against that. A lot of people from Israel want the two-state situation, and they want, and a lot of people want it more fair, and want more of like a link bridge for the Western Bank and Gaza to be more free, more open. And that's what I want. That's what a lot of people want. And so I think there's a lot of common commoners around. One of the theories of why Israel is doing well with the public televote, um, this year it won the televote, and I think it came second or third in last second, or I think it came third or fourth in last year with the televote. And to be honest, I think the song last year was a better song. I did vote for Israel last year, and I voted for it because of the song. I really liked the song, I really liked the vocals, and I was supporting Israel because of the hate the singer was getting as well, the death threats, and that saddens me a lot. You know, I put my political views away. For example, I'm not a big fan of the non-binary and they them stuff, but I still enjoyed Switzerland's performance. I think Nemo did excellent, and he was a great winner. Um, you know, and he was my first choice. But on the night, Croatia was my first choice because of the energy, and the energy was there, and it felt so good. And again, it should be Eurovision should be about feeling. It should be about music, and yeah, and I didn't, and I wanted Croatia to win last year, but I'm happy for Switzerland, and I'm glad. And Switzerland this year hosted it. I am going to be doing my top 10 this year after the show. What my favourite songs were after the show, my top 10. What I want on they, them, and trans stuff. I do want people to be happy, and I understand if people feel confused. I am a little bit confused about my sexuality and stuff, but I feel a bit uncomfortable looking at certain bits. I do prefer women, mostly. You know, so yeah. When I was growing up, yeah, you do open up, but at the end, it's what you feel comfortable with. It's what you feel comfortable with. So yeah, I never been like a lad person, like a really bloke. No, but if people like, for example, in the UK, football and I'm not really. I do support. I do like watching football, but I never been like I never went out and played football or chose to go. Or in America, it'd be American football or baseball. Uh, yeah, I am a bit sick. So yeah. So getting back at Eurovision, do we need a voting review? To be honest, I want juries to be back in the semi-finals, and to be honest, I will rather have jury, a 100% jury, in the grand final. I don't think the public. I think even before the Israel stuff, I don't think the public is good, because jokey songs do better than good quality songs. And I'm from the UK. In the UK, we came 10th in the jury. Last year we came 11th or 13th in the jury. We came 13th in the jury. This year we came 10th in the jury. If it was just the jury, Austria would have won anyway, and I think people are more happier that way. I also like to say thank you to the Italian jury who gave 12 points to the United Kingdom. I think Remember Monday did a great job, and the vocals were spot on. And I will go into that in my next video. So should Israel carry on being in the contest? And the answer is yes. But Israel, if you carry on when the hostages are not the hostage the people who were taken from Hamas, if you carry on attacking Gaza after everyone is being brought back, then you will not get my support. And would I boycott? Would I listen to the singer? I will carry on listening to the singer, but I will not vote for Israel, and I will not defend Israel's actions. Is it a genocide? No. The genocide is if you're going to kill, for example, all the Muslims in the UK. If the UK government put all the Muslims in a camp and then shoot or blow up every single Muslim in the UK by the British Army, that is a genocide. The Holocaust is a genocide. Rwanda, they killed and slaughtered Christians. That was a genocide. There was a genocide in South Africa, killing black Africans. That's a genocide. And then, or if South Africa killed all the white people in South Africa, that's a genocide. If North Korea kills, say, a group of people from the south move to the north, and North Korea then kills them all, that's a genocide. If Russia kills all the, say, arrested all the Ukrainian speaking people in Russia and kills all the Ukrainians who've been living in Russia uh, for a century, for example, then yeah, that's a genocide. That's the difference between. That's what a genocide is. A genocide is when you round up a group of people and you kill them for whatever reason. And what's happening in Gaza is not a genocide, it's a war. People need to do some homework. People need to understand what a genocide is. And a genocide, if people knew what a genocide was, and you looked at a genocide, you would be crying, like you would be heartbroken, and 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 it's not a genocide. A genocide is what I just explained. And if you actually read it up in a dictionary, you know, but if Israel carries on bombing and killing people after getting the hostages back, then yes, you could then call it a genocide. But at the moment, it's called a war, a defense. It's defending your country. So that's the difference. So yeah. So yeah. I'm hoping that Eurovision. I hope that there will be peace in the world. I hope there will be peace in Israel and Gaza and Palestine. And I hope that Eurovision will be one big family again. And I hope that the channels I used to watch, I can support again. So yeah, if I get hate from this channel, from me, I do understand. So yeah, thank you for listening, and please talk to me in the comments, and I'll try and address. Thank you. Bye bye.